Hi everyone, I'm Eggfur and I'm really pleased to see you today because I'm going to show you my new sorting system, and I'm quite pleased with myself for this because it's a potential replacement for the ImpulseSV sorter that we've all been using for many years now. It's got a number of advantages over that original sorter. It's got a couple of disadvantages too, and we'll talk about those. This does work in Java and Bedrock. There are a couple of differences in how you set up the filters, and I will talk you through all of that in the video, so keep watching. And I hope you enjoy it. So you might legitimately be sitting there thinking, why do I need a new sorter? What's going to be so good about this Eggfur sorter? Well, the main thing is that you need a lot fewer items stuck in your filter hoppers. So my sorter needs 2 to 5, not 42 like in the ImpulseSV sorter. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sell you a pup. This is still overflow protected. In fact, it's better than that. It's overflow proof. This will not break when your system fills up or you get lots of items coming in. Mine's also a bit faster to ingest items from a water stream, so it's got an advantage there. And on the other hand, it is more complicated. It's an alternating design, and there are a couple of variations that we need to learn, differences between Bedrock and Java, and slight differences when we've got 16 and 64 stackable items as well. So we need to look at those. And it's a bit more expensive as well than the ImpulseSV sorter. Now, I think those trade-offs are well worth it. You've got to make your own mind up. I will go through the rest of this stuff in more detail in the mechanics video, which will come soon, hopefully. But for the time being, let's get on with looking at the build.
Okay, so let's dive straight in.
And Java. So I'll just give you a quick demo of the sorter in action. And well, it actually behaves quite like every other sorter. But here's my little storage hall. I've got a chest here, which has got a bunch of different items in it. They've all got sorters set up for them. And I can pull a lever here. Those items will go up this dropper chain into the cobweb, dropped into the water stream, and they'll run around all of the filters. And we should see in a moment that happening, and it all gets sucked up by the relevant filter. So I'll speed this up a little bit so we can see it go on. Okay, and that's all our items sucked into the water stream, and they will all be down in the relevant chests down here. So you can see we've got the sort 16 stackable items. We've got the wool, and there we go. So that's this in action. Okay, so I'll show you how to build this item sorter, and I'm building in Bedrock Edition, but it's pretty much exactly the same thing in Java Edition. So I'm going to lay down some chests, and I'm going to lay down 3 rows of chests, and it can be as little as 1 or as many as you like, really. You put hoppers into the back of those. Then at this level here, I want some glass blocks. On the tops of the chests, I want some glass blocks. Then I'm going to grab my activator rails. I'll run those down like this. Now, if you're on Java or you're facing a different direction, what you might find is when you try to lay your rails, they do this and they join on the wrong way around. If that happens, you have to actually extend every alternating set of rails out. It's a bit of a pain, but anyone who's used rails quite a bit will know and understand this problem. And then you can break these and you get your rails facing the right way. For me, I'm facing the right way already, and my rails aren't going to misbehave, so that's good. Right, on top of the second rail on each slice, put a glass block with a comparator on top. And the key thing about this system is making sure that the redstone doesn't interfere between the 2 different tiles. So where I'm using glass blocks, make sure you do as well. It's got to be a transparent block of some kind so that it doesn't get powered. So now put hoppers into the back of those comparators. And so far, everything has been the same on each slice. It's going to get a bit different now. So here I'm going to put 2 solid blocks. Here I'm going to put just 1 solid block with a glass block level with the rail and another solid block after it. Dust on top of those 2, dust on top of those 2, and finish it off with a torch. So what you'll notice about this system is that unlike the sorter that everyone's been using for years, I've only got 2 lines of dust rather than 3, which is what's normally required to make it overflow protected. But my dust doesn't touch. So actually, this sorter isn't overflow protected, it's overflow proof. It has the same effect, except there are some advantages which we saw earlier in terms of the number of filter items that you need. Okay, so what next? Underneath this torch, a solid block. I'm going to come along here and I want to put dust, repeater, and then run my rail down here. On this side, I want a solid block here. And I'm going to put a solid block there, but this one has to be a glass block. Okay, so redstone dust, repeater, and then here I'm going to put some redstone dust. And what you'll see is it joins on with the neighbor. I don't want that. So pop a block above it, and that will break that link. Okay, only one thing to do now. Let's grab our minecarts, pop them on here, and that is our sorting system complete. And I wish it were as simple as that. However, a couple of nuances in terms of how we set up the filters, and I want to show you that now, and then we'll also look at some Java specific issues at the end of the video. So I'm going to show you how to set up the filters. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to come to an anvil. We're going to get some sort of cheap item, whatever is cheap for you in your world. If you've got my Nylium-based bone meal machine, then bone meal will be coming out of your ears by now. So that'd be quite cheap. And I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it Eggfur Sorter. You can call it whatever you want, but yeah, call it Eggfur Sorter. Go on. So grab that bone meal out of the anvil, and I'm going to go over to my filter hoppers over here. And in each one of those, in the last 4 slots, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 items and 1 extra in this one. Same on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 extra. And then I can just pop whatever I want to actually filter into this first slot. That'll drop down to 2. Same over here. That'll drop down to 2. And that is it, set up. So if I now set up a little hopper line, so this is typically how you might feed your item sorter if you're not using water streams. So here's a hopper line, stick a chest, input chest on top of there, and then I can just pop in some items like so. And what we should see then is that my blue wall comes down here, my yellow wall comes down here, and items that can't be sorted because they're not filtered anywhere will come out of my chest on the side. There we go. And that should be it, except that I've only shown you items that stack to 64, and we need to think about items that stack to 16 as well. And this is not particularly hard. All I'm going to do is going to put 1 in each slot and drop my item in there. You'll see that drops down to 1. And my problem is that I don't really like it being 1, because if you get some lag on your system and for some reason the hopper locking is a little bit slow to come on, then actually you could potentially lose this item. However, there's a way around it. So if you take this slice, where the repeater's on the bottom here, so not this slice, a bit higher up, you take this one, and what we're going to do is we're going to replace that repeater with a bit of redstone dust. Filter hopper there. And now what happens when I put my egg in, it only goes down to 2, because actually the hopper is locking quicker because there's no repeater there to delay it. And that means that everything's fine. this will always work. Okay, so we're just going to switch to Java Edition quickly and have a look at how we set up filters for Java. It is a little bit different, but stick around because when we come back, I'll show you how to convert this into a double speed item filter as well. Okay, so here we are in Java Edition. You can see I don't play Java a lot. I've not got it set up very well. It looks a bit ugly out there. And I've spared you the pain of watching me try to build something in Java. So here's one already made that I've configured. So exactly the same design as we've just seen for Bedrock. And what we're going to do is going to talk about how we set up the filters. So if you remember in Bedrock, we did 4 items plus 1, and then we put our items in, and it would go down to 2. Well, on Java, it doesn't. For some reason, the hopper minecart seems to be a bit faster. So if I put 3 items in there, then it works. So it's 3, 4, 4, 4 in Java. And if we look at 16 stackable items, again in Bedrock, we did 1, 1, 1, 1. And we put an item in, and it left us with 1. Here it drops one of the filter items out as well, so that's no good. The fix on Bedrock was to replace this with a bit of dust to make it faster. But on Java, things just go too fast and we still get down to 1 egg, and I'm not happy with it being 1 egg. So we need to find another solution. You might get away with this. It might be absolutely fine, but I think there's also a chance it could break, and I don't really want to leave you in that position. So my solution to this is to take this slice here with the torch high up, and what we're going to do is we're going to break that torch. We're going to extend this and this out, put redstone dust on top of those 2 new blocks, and put a torch back. So now we've got 3 dust here, and what I can do then is I can put 4 items in each of these, drop my egg in, and it goes down to 2. So that's how to make it bulletproof. You use your 16 stackable items in this slice here with the high torch extended by 1, and you have 4, 4, 4, 4 in the filter. So I don't think that's really a big deal when you know there aren't that many 16 stackable items in the game. So having to pick one of your slices and extend it whenever you want to sort a 16 stackable item, I think is really no problem at all. I did talk about this sporting double hop speed, and I haven't shown you that yet. So very quickly, I'll now show how we would convert it for double hop speed. So I'm going to take out those, take my minecarts out of my rails. I'm going to take out this top layer of hoppers and replace them with hoppers going straight down. And just here as well, I'm going to take these out and have 2 more hoppers going straight down into this chest up here. So now I can put my rails back, just pick those up, put my rails back, so go here and here, there, and I can sneak in, no, I'm going to go around there. I'm going to put my minecarts back on top of here, like so. And then I'm going to put some fencing along here. You could use iron bars, you could use fences, you could use end rods if you like. But we need something which is going to not take up the whole block and allow the minecarts just to be nudged forwards like that. So now they're sitting on top of both hoppers. And what that means is that when I put some items into here, they will not only fall down, but they'll come in at double hop speed into the chest. Now the problem with doing double hop speed is at the moment I've only got 1 chest. I've lost a chest at the top, I've lost a chest at the bottom, and if I want to extend this and still have double hop speed, the only way of doing it is actually to put 2 hoppers underneath like that and another set of chests just here. So it's a little bit inefficient in terms of the space it takes to do storage, but that's the offset you get for the speed increase. So you see coming down to that second chest now will be double hop speed as well, but you do have a gap with hoppers in between every double chest. Okay, so we've looked at some really cool new storage tech in today's video. I hope you've liked it. I'm quite excited about this. I think it could be a bit of a game changer. So if you try it out and you like it, then let me know in the comments. If you have any problems as well, do let me know in the comments and I will try to get those fixed. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this. And if you have, why not leave me a like, and even better, subscribe to the channel and you can get to see more videos like this. And it helps other people as well find this video and to get this tech in their world. So I hope to see you all next time. Thank you very much.